So I ask you again, how do you smell? So Lazarus, he stinketh, but he's resurrected from the dead, so he has a new smell. Now come to chapter 12. And this is continuing kind of the theme. Chapter 12, verse 1, 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served, while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Oh, by the way, talking about smells, God loves smells. When we get to heaven, I have a funny feeling we are going to smell smells in heaven like we never realized. The smells of the trees, the fruit of life, animals, the river, everything is going to have these amazing smells in heaven. So I just think about this when Jesus was having this food, and oh boy, smells good. I'm getting you guys hopefully hungry for the breakfast after the service. Verse 3, then Mary took about a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. Well, this is so interesting because just verses before, we hear that Lazarus, he smells bad. And now just a few verses later, Jesus is anointed with this expensive perfume, and the house is filled with this amazing fragrance. Verse 4, but one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, who was later to betray him, objected. Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth how much was this perfume worth? A year's wages. Now, this is a true story. There's 2 colognes that I like that my wife has given her seal of approval. But I have to buy them at Macy's, and it's $100 a bottle. And if you know me, I'm very frugal. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $100. It's just, it's highway robbery. So I went online, and I was looking up what are the best perfumes that are cheap. And all of them are like $100, $200. But then it says, it doesn't say you're cheap. They use some other term. Not frugal. What? Something. So anyway, they have this cologne that's $20 sold on Amazon that lots of people like. So I go to the Amazon, I put it in, and there's 22,000 ratings. So if you know products get rated by Amazon, 22,000 ratings, and like 98% of the people said yes. So I'm like, this is it. This has got my name on it. So I buy it about a month ago. So I shoot it on me, and I could tell like, ugh. But it's not for me, it's for my wife. I go out of my closet, my wife's by the sink. Yeah, what is that? You got that at Rogers, didn't you? So she's like, get rid of it. So I waited a week, and I thought, you know what? She probably heard I got this, and I'm going to give it, but I'm not telling her I'm putting it on. I'm just going to put a little shot on, and I put that little shot on, and within seconds, you put that stuff on again. Put that bottle in the garbage right now. Get it. Put it in the garbage. So there goes the $20. It did smell weird. But, oh well. I'm probably going to do one of those $100 bottles. But how much is this perfume? A year's wages. This is some amazing perfume. This is, wow. It is powerful. Now, okay, here's the story. Judas, hey, why do we waste all this money? Verse 5, Judas, why was the perfume sold? Why wasn't it sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth a year's wages. He did not say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. I preached on that 2 months ago. Leave her alone, Jesus replied. It was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me. I'm like, wow, this perfume is for his burial. Well, then I realized we are within days of him being buried. If you come to verse 12, this is when he enters Jerusalem and he's going to head to the cross. So that perfume that she pours on him is so powerful. They didn't take the showers every day like we do here. But that perfume is so strong that it goes right to his burial time. In fact, I know you see that she poured it on his feet, but I want to suggest to you that she just poured it on his body, that he was totally drenched in this perfume, preparing him for his burial. Now, I know you go, Pastor, how do you come up with this stuff about him being drenched in the perfume? Well, I come from the Matthew account of the same story. It says here, a woman came to him with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume, which she poured on his head as he was reclining at the table. When the disciples saw this, they were indignant. Why this waste? They asked. This perfume could have been sold at a high price and the money given to the poor. Aware of this, Jesus said to them, why are you bothering this woman? She's done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, but you will not always have me. When she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. So she pours it on his feet, and then she pours it on his head over his whole body, and he's now prepared for his burial.